Hi friends, in this video, let us learn the file basics. First, let us discuss about file pointers. So files are stored in the ROM or the read-only memory. So how can we access these files? We can efficiently access the files using file pointers. The syntax to create a file pointer is file star pointer name semicolon. Now, how to open a file? So to open a file, we need to use the fopen function so that we can read or write data. In the fopen function, we have two arguments. Both arguments should be placed within double quotes. The first argument is the file name with extension, for example file.txt. But if we give the file name like this, it will only check in the current folder where the program is stored. Or we can also give the absolute path of the file like the driver name, folder name, file name with extension. So it is important to add the file extension also like .txt, .c, etc. The next argument is the file opening mode. We can open a file for reading or writing or both read and write, etc. To open a file in reading mode, specify R in double quotes and W for writing mode, A for append mode. Other opening modes are R+, W+, A+, etc. Now see an example program. Here, we are opening a file named file.txt from the current directory to read the data. Let us create a file pointer fp and call fopen function by giving name of file and the opening mode. So it is important to note that the fopen function will not directly point the file's address because to read or write data directly to the secondary memory takes a lot of resources and time. For example, if we want to read a single character from file.txt, it will go through C library and then it will call the operating system. And then the operating system will initiate the driver to read the data. So to read a single character, it takes a lot of resources and time. Similarly, if we want to read another character, it follows the same way, which is not an efficient method to access the file. So, when we open a file using fopen function, attach a buffer to the file and it will load the whole file contents into the buffer. The buffer will reside in the random access memory and gather all the information on file structure. This file structure contains information on buffer size, buffer pointer, and current buffer position, etc. and it returns the file structure pointer to file pointer. Here, buffer address 1024 is placed in buffer pointer and the file structure address 5024 is assigned to file pointer fp. So, instead of reading it from disk, the file pointer loads the content of the file only once in the buffer and further read or write will happen in the buffer. Now, we try to open a file, file.txt, but we can see that file 1.txt is present, file 2.txt is also present in ROM, but our required file is not present. So, fopen is unable to find the file, so it will return the null pointer. So, if file pointer fp is not equal to null, it means the opening was successful, then we can access the file. Now, let's read a file character by character. For that, we have the function fgetc. Using fgetc function, we can read a character from the file. The syntax is fgetc of file pointer. It will return a single character from the buffer and automatically moves the position of pointer to the next character. See an example, we have the content log2. EOF or end of file represents the end of the file. So fgetc will read L and moves the current position of pointer to O. Now this function call will read O and moves the pointer to G, and this will continue. Now if it reaches the end of the file, it will return EOF. Now let us see an example. Here we created the file pointer fp and we call the function fopen to open file.txt. Now we call fgetc to get a character to the character variable letter. So first character W is returned to letter. Now in a while loop we print the letter scanned and again read the character using fgetc. So W is printed and E is read to letter. This is continued until we reach the end of the file. So we get the output, welcome to log to base 2 visual computer science tutorial. So we opened the file, we read the content and we printed it also. Now we need to close the file because we are done with it. So we can use the function fclose. So we are closing the file pointer. The syntax for that is fclose of file pointer semicolon. Here we can write fclose of fp. If we close the file, the buffer associated with the file is removed from the memory. So we must close the file when it is no longer needed. Now let us see how to read a string from a file. For that we have the fgetAs function. We have 3 arguments to this function, the string address, the size of the string and the file pointer. See an example program. Here we set size equal to 10. Now we have to understand fgetAs will read characters up to size, and it is important that size includes null character also. So here it will read 9 characters and 1 null character. So here we create the file pointer and call the fopen function to open the file.txt, and we create a string str with size 10 to read the string. fp is not equal to null, so file open was success. So in a while we read and print strings of size 10 till we reach null. That is, if it reaches the end of the file, the fgetAs function will be returning null. So we read and print string until we reach the end of the file. So first, string of size 10 welcome space t will be read and welcome space t will be printed. In the next iteration, next string of size 10 o space log2 bas will be read and printed. In the next iteration, e2 dot will be read and printed. Now we can close the file. So these were some basic file operations. We learned how to open a file. We can use fopen function for that. Then we can read character by character using fgetc, and to read a string we have fgetAs, and finally to close a file we have function fclose. In the coming videos we will be discussing how to write data into a file, how to copy a file, etc. So that's all, and thank you for watching this video.